Hey everyone, we'll be starting shortly. I'm getting everything set up and then we'll be good to go. Okay, that's all gone. That's up. Posted there. Stream seems to be up or lost connection. I think we're good. So, hi everyone. Welcome to another stream of Phoenix Wright Trilogy. We're starting a little bit later than I meant to. But hey, it's still within the time frame, so it's fine. But yeah, last time we had left off with this, we had done some investigation into the Damask case, where we ended up finding that the Fay family had started doing a exhibit for their personal treasures for some reason. And they brought in the urn of Ami Faye, which was saying I am because Pearl destroyed it in the previous game. And she put it together wrongly. But that got stolen. And there's some weird things about this case already. And there's also this really annoying guy who's like this ace defective or whatever. And we are now beginning to the next day of the story with a trial. So let us see what we can learn from this and who this new prosecutor is. So without further ado, let's begin the game by switching over and beginning. While I'm waiting for this, sorry if I sound a little out of it. I slept not long enough last night. This morning, whatever. I went to bed at 9 a.m. So yeah, and I woke up at 3 p.m. So you can tell by that it's not good. So I might be a bit out of it, and my throat is also kind of I wouldn't say sore, but feels dry or gravelly. So if I struggle of doing voices, that would be why. Because of that, depending on how today's goes, I might end up having to finish shorter. Might. Not saying I will, I'm just saying that it might be the case. So just be prepared for that. Right. Actually on there, sound. Let's refresh this. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, everything seems fine. So, continue. October 13th. That's actually today. Today's October 13th. Wow, I'm playing this at the right time. I actually didn't know that. I completely forgot that this was based in October. Granted, it's past October in Japanifornia, but you get the point. 9:36, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Ooh, that's a new one. Hey, Nick. What is it? Is something wrong? Nah, but did you see all the crazy people here? Did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Not the crazy people. Also, check out this Master Mask Glossy I bought. What's a Glossy? You bought this where? One of the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Sure. Come on, I'm guilty. Throw away the book at me. Who's screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me! He's at it again. I sent the calling card to Lolly Taylor. I admit it. But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you? Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me the guilty verdict, please. Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you every time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. I'll beat up the judge. Well, you see, actually, the thief is I'll tell you something, Nicky boy. I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'd never be so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say that? Well, if you excuse me, I've got some errands to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Mash the Mask or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the secret urn right now. Which means he didn't commit the crime. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. 13th, 10 a.m. Ooh. Oh, it's now a session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. He's so cool. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... How do I do this guy's voice? I have to try and do a deep voice, but make it sound... suave, I guess? I don't know if I can do that. I'll try. What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm not. I'll pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. I can't do robot voice. If you want me to speak like robot, I'll be beep boop. It's like, that's a rule I live by. Or something. But hey, Sean. That's a rule to live by. Like a Terminator? I would be speaking like Arnold then. My Arnold's impression is not that great. I'm Godot, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Ah, he's the one that Detective Atme was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? You know, you could have asked this before the trial. Ah, none. What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask in a court of law? Dude, you have a guy that wears a cravat. You have a woman dressed like she's from the 18th century. What's wrong with a freaking mask? Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks, either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy is a real deal, alright, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Trite. And the lady with the whip. That's who I was mentioning. With the poofy shoulders. Well, maybe that wasn't 18th, maybe 19th or 20th. Nick, he's a friend. Is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? His name is Godot, he just told you. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor. In any case, please give me your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying? A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Well then, let's hear from the first witness. My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know, that is all. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness, please, first let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Wow. This guy's just like, I don't care who you are or what you've got to say, just tell me what happened. Master Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree around 6 months ago. But he steams a good ham. Yeah. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is always to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Master Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. His MOT. So then the actual identity of this Master Mask is... Mr. Godot, what are you... Oh. We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. Very well, it's only coffee after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, as all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn. Woo. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Zavari, author on thieves. An author? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably means authority. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal. Except maybe for this thief's mom, that is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zvari, do you? Who is this person? Zvari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atney, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. What the heck? I guess he's not that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now. Hey, Swordmaster, welcome. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards? Of course I have. Except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred. That's because Detective Atney stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card the Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public, even though it's quite obvious. Are you absolutely certain that this card is real? Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about the Master Mask's emblem. His 5th heist, and your 5th screw-up, huh? Objection, pal! That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't even know the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me? Wow, looks like you really got it in for Detective Atney. Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Emanon. What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Regina, sir. Detective helped me retrieve the portrait of Regina and return it to the museum. And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right? But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections. Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging around in the underworld. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T? I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. I wish you could listen more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% sure it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. So, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions... That's right! It means that Master Mask is behind it. Nick, it definitely looks like it was Master Mask who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Master Mask. But... Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it wasn't Master Mask that did it, maybe for the time being I should try to show it wasn't Master Mask that did it. Alright. I knew it because it's worthless. It has no price. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. It wouldn't fetch a good price. For a prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn? The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Master Mask would normally go after. If I understood correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Master Mask. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, what I did was point out the contradiction. The argument it made itself, but... Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Master Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot? This coffee here. It's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. What? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Master Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Master Mask's method. A fake. A fake Master Mask? Or fake Damask? Fake Damask? Sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. You like ridiculous things, so... Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Try. I think this is his third cup now. Proof that the person appeared at Lolita that night was actually a fake. I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior. His point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. Looks like I'm gonna have to prove it. I'll prove it by making a safe state. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake Damask. Speckled urn. It isn't a speckled urn. What is this evidence supposed to prove? Ah, well, it proves someone here is a fake, all right. It proves that this lawyer is a fake. These prosecutors sure know how to twist a knife. There's no time to be impressed. Think it over again. That was Maya that gave me that penalty. When he stole the urn, his photo was taken, right? Who knows? Maybe there's something on there that shows he's a fake. Wow, just give me the answer, why don't you? Ugh. Is she talking about the photo we got from Atme? Are you ready yet, right? Looks like I'm going to have to prove it again. The proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ah, well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use that pointer and show us the missing thing. Right here, I think. Is that what was so peculiar? Ha! The place that you are pointing is all wrong. What do you mean? The only thing peculiar in this courtroom is the top of your head. Nick, are you going to let him get away with making fun of your hair? Yes, at least until I know he can't use his goggles to fry me or something. Well, anyway, there's a strange spot on this photo. Ah, still haven't given up. So what is it then? Is it the time? I think you were off a bit. Okay, well. It's right here, I think. God damn it. If it is actually the paint, then I'll just click the paint. Nope. Alright, and well, I'll choose the time. Nope. At least you're not losing penalties. Yeah, that's right. I can just point wherever I think. So I've clicked here, I've clicked here, I've clicked on this little spot here, I've clicked the time, maybe the box. No, it's not the box. I'm not sure. AM? I am not sure what it wants me to point at now, because I've pointed at everything that I can see. We've done the time, we've done the actual time zone, we've done the box, we've done the paint, the floor space, this part here. Maybe his face? Try the corner again, but at the top left point and not too close. The corner. You mean on the floor? If it is very pedantic where you have to press it, it's going to be annoying. Damn it. I'll go for this. This is kind of annoying. Like, what am I supposed to be seeing here? He's walking with his legs too close together. I don't know. I guess we're supposed to be trying to find something that shows that this is not a fake damask or something. I don't know. I actually lost track of what we're trying to do. His hand. I can't check anything. Maybe his hat. Unfortunately, I can't bring open the menu when it's open like this. Maybe if I do it like this. Oh, a minute. He's missing the thing. He's missing the thing. I know what it is now. It's right here, of course, after a few hours of trying to find it. You mean Master Mask? I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Master Mask's chest. That's a brooch? That's way too big to be one. A breach? Where? Bailiff, get me my steed. We need to retreat at once. Why are you acting like you're a knight? What? A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But the Master Mask in the security camera photo. He has no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on Master Mask's calling card and serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, the Master Mask is a fake. I've been fooled again! Order is true, undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Don't just blame him. It's all the police's fault. Hey now. If you're going to have a biddy party, invite me too. Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too, even though you've just taken this case. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ah, the brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this? That's Master Mask's brooch. Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I've got it at a crime scene. It was hidden in the shadows of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? You must mean the Ami Faye statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. This guy is one cool customer. A little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course, I'm referencing to Wrong Delight's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch. I've grown quite attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Ha! You messed with Godot. And you get burned. He's been play me like a violin. No, like a fiddle. You missed it. You missed your chance to say that. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me, but I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom. Finally, time for the 8th detective to make his appearance, huh? One second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh, silence. Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What's clear? Zvari! The truth will once again be elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Well, yes, that's correct. Ah, not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Adme, nice detective, rising star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they tear each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime you were all alone on security detail. You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be a reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, a coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal? My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, this is limited to things that shall fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural. I failed to see why the witness seemed so proud of his performance that evening. Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of an ordinary thief, but the king of thieves, the great Master Mask, my arch enemy. This is my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Very well, proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning on the 12th, correct? That is an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You were on security duty that night. What exactly were you up to at the time? Or where were you? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer. Near the computer, huh? So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it. Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the chief. Or thief. Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too. Gumshoe also said that they never spotted the thief at the crime scene before. Precisely! That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was one applying a pressure on your pigeony head, that is. In any case... Dancingly descended from where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to this subtle camouflage cape and soft-soled shoes. I hereby dub you Ace Dunce. Just as I began to turn... Shut up. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Well, that's difficult to part. how should I put it? I saw his mask, that's all I can recall. That's not very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as the photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Grow, do you have a problem with the photo? Good, then let's continue with the testimony. Attacked and knocked unconscious? You weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on your head? Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. He may have brains, but the right into the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that is how I was knocked senseless. And then... he's let the Joker, the Riddler, and the Penguin roll into one. Yeah. About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying that he was out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes? No one can say, Your Honor. The span of that time has truly vanished into the ether. Just what the hell is he going on about? There's something suspicious about Detective Acme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Huh? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Well, that would be wrong, because the photo that you took is actually midnight. Okay, maybe not then. The statement is clearly false. I'm sorry, but I can't see anything faulty. Fortunately, I'll have to penalize you because you're a dumbass, right? Ugh, must be on the wrong track. Minutes later. That doesn't sound right. Because this says 1 a.m. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. Nemesis has been descended. Just as I began to turn, the cab stuck the fierce blow upon my uncle's head. When I woke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone. I feel like I need to present something here, but I don't know what. Because there's no, like, thing I can provide that says, oh, actually, the police were called 10 minutes early. I guess maybe I can present this here. Nah. Whoops, that didn't go well. I'm gonna save because I'm actually, again, I barely remember anything about this one, so I don't know the right thing to show. Maybe I need to show the other thing? Nope. I'm not sure what to show here. Oh, okay. It's just the brooch wouldn't be there otherwise. Okay. Mr. Atney, could you take a look at this with your special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch-nemesis, Mask Damask. It is, in point of fact, Mr. Damask's, or Master Damask's brooch. It was found on the floor in the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on it well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of being ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in position to have struggled with the thief. The only person that was security duty that night, you, Detective Atney. Detective Atney, you must have fought with the thief that night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving a false testimony is a serious crime, which has never been brought up before. No, wait a minute, just sir, old-timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, right? You talk too much. Witness, so are you now saying that you know you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me? Save the big question for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. Look at me. Agree completely. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it is true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true, bam, and that's all she wrote. So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Master Mask. Correct. It was during this third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. You just accept everything, don't you, Judge? You just... Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. I have problems, too. Except for you, Mr. Wright. Anything you say, I will hold for a contempt against you. I hate you. That can't be good. So, why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? Hit him with the haymaker, then discombobulated. Yeah. This mustn't register on an emotional level. What should I do? About the computer? So, did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specifically designed by me. Look at me. In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? What about the camera? What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. A cat door, and in a museum. I hooked up the heating detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. That's a lot of hardware. Is it all yours? Lordly Taylor's department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you have about me, Mr. Lawyer? What does that mean? Discombobulated. Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. You get 'em, Phoenix! Well, it looks like we've cleared up that. You can go on with your testimony. What do you mean by the weapon from the side? Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, look at me, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted and like a tree branch? Correct. Unfortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the sushi shito. So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness? You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course! In college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry if I failed to find that approximately impressive. Appropriately. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask to Mask. This guy is a real piece of work. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Powericious? I assumed at the at-me fighting stance. But a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate, and my opponent had bested me. What do I do now? You were blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. The statue of Amy Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very much helpful at all. What do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This look at me guy, he's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. He's the thief! Will not be too easily discombobulated. Grabbed away from the side and rendered me senseless. His first blow struck true, and bam, that's all she wrote. He's still not explaining how this got ripped off. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to present here now. He's trying to help when he's making it harder to find the actual criminal. Wait a minute. I looked away from the door for a brief moment. Cannot be easily discombobulated, which means that he attacked before he grabbed the sword. Okay, not that one. Think before you make accusations. Let me ask about his fighting technique. What is this at me fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more. But I suppose I can tell you how if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the at me fighting style? Huh. Well, Mr. Attorney, what about his testimony? Of course it's important. You let us detect a secret technique after all. Yes, indeed. I remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. I put my back to wall to the fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. What? Third eye? Where is this third eye you're talking about? Oh, it's right between something. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You might call it the forehead if you like. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? So, lawyer, looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper. So, Atme got hit in the forehead then? That's what he says. I've got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. What do you think? If he had his back to the wall and got the drop, how did Damask hit him? Exactly. Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind, and this gruesome item here. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you would forget where you were hit with the head. It seems I have another mistake. Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card for the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid that they were going to help you with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. Objection. Oh, he is deep. I was right on that. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? Then what is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Mr. Atme is Master Mask. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Mask Damask. Yeah. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He's only spoken 2 sentences, but yeah! He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are in fact Master Mask. But Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows Master Mask. The security camera belongs to Lord Taya department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. Right, my rule is to prove that Mr. Atme is guilty. Yeah. So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness? Ha! I can't do that many much. Damask MO is pure genius, and so I am. Look at me. So am I. Look at me. Ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assumed the thief's identity... Oh. Ah, I'll be burning hot, Jesus. Godot blend number 102, my personal favourite. Mr. Godot, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of a whole cloth. But it is in fact nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Oh, well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see you have decisive proof. You have. Quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Just gonna do one of these. Are you alright, Nick? Emmy looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can, but I cannot really do it. The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Atme is a detective is, or is Master Mask, has yet to be found. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ah, just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all. I see. I thought perhaps you had some decisive evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is a thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But you're going to just give up and let us lose this? So, you have come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. Seems the cloud of suspicion around this witness is lifted. Something. I didn't get a chance to read that before that went up. Who? Oh, hi. Who are you? Doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well, that's the sacred urn, Nick. It's the urn, and it's actually all fixed up. Ora. You, madame. That urn, where did you find it? How did you get in this court, and why can you just walk up to the pedestal with no issue? You never believe it. I was in the office of the Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective. Look at me. Oh, Desi, you're the best! Take an urn updated in the court record. There's pink stuff all over it. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you're going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection!
Ah, pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's sad, truly. You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes? What about it? How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of a criminal, you could only have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove what the urn was before you found it. What? I just bought it here from the detective's office. Please, madame, this town is filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. I like the pure disgust on her face. It's just, they did that good. Also, the hand's pretty nice. Mr. Light. Please, Nicky boy, you gotta help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that the urn was actually in the detective agency. Don't mind me. Well, I would think fingerprints maybe, but if it was in a bag, maybe not, because he would be wearing gloves. And I think if I testified about what I saw, he'd just be like, oh, well, you could just make up something. I could prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints would be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? The witness fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. I must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Should be Adrian, because she polished the thing. Let me give you a piece of important advice. The one who keeps a cool head all the way until the game's end is the winner. Give me a more important piece of advice, Mr. Wright. I chose the wrong option. That's enough. This court seems no reason to further prolong this trial. Nor is there any need to any more decide against the defendant. Blah, blah, blah. The defendant run to like loses. Go to prison and die. The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending a trial of a higher court within a month from today's date. That is rule. The court is adjourned. Adrian, it was you. You messed me up. I just wanted her to get involved. Oh, I'm back here. But yeah, you're right. We did put our hand inside the bag and touch something, so... This is why we have a picture of ourselves. So what is this all about? Fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atney, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open this private property. Don't be such a funny, Daddy. This is important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a second. I'm taking it out. Anyone that would catch half of this discussion would think it's weird. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there. Sorry. I don't know why I had to put a stupid voice on for that. Yeah. It's just, I wanted to involve Adrian. She's here. I want her to be here. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look at the bag at that time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? I don't remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Okay, Phoenix. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like to court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. Why does Maya sound like Shaggy? Gorsh? Wait, that's Goofy. Why did I do Goofy? Zoinks is the one I meant to do, but if my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atmey's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, this person in charge of the exhibition, said it. I knew she was involved in some way. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it was after that. Was yesterday, at the Atmey Detective Agency. Ah, this blend, Godot blend number 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all. Order, order, order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? Yes, I've finally broken him down. Oh, yeah. I can't do that long. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one, the only Master Mask. I hope you enjoyed my little performance. Fan dub of this guy would be fun to do, lol. It would. Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atmey's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, like I've done in the past. Besmirching him with the title of thief. Nick, you were right about after all. What about all this other evidence we got? You know, his wallet and stuff. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Wrong! Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but exactly not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief! The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please! I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but... Objection! The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass What are you talking about? Already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. Miss Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Ah. Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir? If you're really a man, then clean up with your own mess. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are Master Mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir, I'll be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to this fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail. I swear. Shut up, Godot. That's wrong. You and your antiquated way of thinking. Okay, then, talk. We're all listening. Wright is finding out how Mia felt when she defended him. Yeah, to be honest. Oh well. Let's have all this listen to his confession. The truth is, I've been Master Mask all day long. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night of the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. And look, you can see right there in the photo, that's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. I don't know the direction this trial has taken. But this is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway. Huh. You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, all right? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master Mask. Thank you so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best. All right, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. I'm sorry, but it's time that you have to cross-examine this guy. It'd be weird for Wright to have a normal trial. Yeah, it would. You may think the real Master Mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Desi yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my own reasons. But the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it? Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose. What should I do? Sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals. If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with? Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm Desi-holic. So you do have a complicated family situation after all. It's not complicated, just tell her to stop spending money. Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony, I beg of you. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real Master Mask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy? Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to be all the hard work anyway? Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim, for a change. Come on, Nick, you know that Mr. Light, whatever. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already. I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Master Mask. Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we? For the time being, maybe I should shift my strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Light couldn't have stolen the urn. Anyway, I You've got no alibi? I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about not having an alibi. But I tell you, I was in the Lord Taylor that night. No, that's too vague even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse. Hold on. What is it, Nick? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove we had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake. Well, you're right, but... you think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows that the defendant had an alibi? I think I do. I have the evidence, or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh, I've never seen you this angry before. I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. I thought it was more confident than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show this court evidence. His wallet, even though it's kind of flimsy because he could have just dropped it.
Take that!
Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when did you find a wallet? You should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner because I bought everything again. This wallet was found around approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious? Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night. No! So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves he was a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordy Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. Well, Miss Godot, do you have anything to say? So stop drinking that coffee. Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let the guy beat you. Tell him what's wrong. You're the one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. All right, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at the first day of high school. Or school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make me look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching me now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO's office. No? Ha, that was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. What? Motive, of course. Why would the thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. This is stupid, kid. Stupid. I hate him. Why am I defending this guy? I should just let him go to jail. I don't care about him. Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows that Mr. Light went to the KB Security in the night. Yeah, this. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... What is it? A blackmail letter. This is what looks like from the letter's contents. Blackmail? Yes. Basically, it says, bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right. At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security's CEO office, a full half an hour away from the crime scene. What? Scene of the crime. No. I don't know. How do you say that while you're drinking? Order. So when the thief of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security? Looks like the perfect case for the defense. Objection. You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say my Godot blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof. I'm not sure what I can think of that. Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure why I can think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need to at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright. Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There is someone else who can testify. The person who can testify the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night. No! I did it again. I pressed E instead of R. That's the first time your jokes actually made me laugh. I actually made any jokes. Not intentionally, anyway. Well, perhaps you find it funny if I tell you for the humor in it. Great. We are only in this situation because I pressed E instead of R. God damn it. This is your fault, chat. How far back is this? Oh, hi, Aragon. I just saw that. Welcome.
Objection.
Skip it all. Skip. Right, now, profiles. Who is this useless-looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly. But just looking at this picture makes the bile start to rise to my throat. Hey, he's not that bad. Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. Probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working out as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh? The question at hand is this key card. Yep. That's what they can't get you using the work at work. According to the serial number, the one is for the CEO's office. Need it so you can use it. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. Huh. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Pwah! Suppose you in a picture. Oh, well, thanks, Aragorn. Thanks for the support if you did do that. I don't know why it didn't show up on this. It should have. But I guess maybe I need to fix it or something. Well, Mr. Godot, the name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the key card data. Here. Do you have a soccer team you support? Not really, no. We call it football where I am. But no, I don't really watch football other than just, I guess, maybe support my country's football team. I don't know. So what does it show? Each key card has its own serial number that they leave detailed records for their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. Key card updated in the court record. And that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Master Mask in this photo. Huh. Looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good old cup of joe. So then... Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's simply possible for the defendant to be masked to mask. Good job, you did it, Nick. That's enough. I come perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Again. Besmirching him with the title of thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Woo! The case is finally over. Court is now adjourned. Honestly, I wish we had more trials that didn't involve just murder cases. True. I mean, this one didn't involve a murder, so we're good for the moment. Unless someone suddenly dies in the next hour. 2:24. Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I could ever repay you. Aw, oh, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. I didn't mean to skip that. Oh, but Pearls, I've got a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ow! She slapped me. It's all good, Aragon. Pearly. This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick? Yes? You're even worse than I thought, going behind the back of your own client. No, you got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow. A double slap. Well, anyway, all well that ends well, right? We got the secret urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us the urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? Ugh, but I'm the thief. Actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I do my best for you, Ronnie. I know that I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is... Come on, don't give the kids some time. Or give the kids some time. He's got a little dog. He just got a little touch out of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. I guess I could just predict the future. I knew it was coming. I knew it. Not because I remembered, but because it just felt like it was something that was going to happen, because every case has been a murder case. Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? We literally just had a discussion about him. Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, but body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. 1 a.m. on October... You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time, a cheap little urn was being stolen. The CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about the piece of info I helped you out with today? Helped me out? What? On October 12th, at 1 o'clock in the morning, Rhonda Light was in the CEO's office, the seat of the murder. After getting the blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbrued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Rhonda Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way. He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. Can't be true. But I'm a thief, I tell you. Rhonda Light, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This is impossible. That's not true. You're not my father. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. And at least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Gonna have to explain that to me, right? Because, you know, you've gone up against a guy who literally made up evidence at times. Well, didn't, but maybe tried to get people to not show it. You've had Francisca, who continually whipped you, beat the crap out of you nearly every chance she got, and everyone else, and was pushing you to your limits at time. And you've this guy who's literally only thrown a cup of coffee at your face. That's pretty much it. Well then, time to say goodbye, Mr. Delight. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Yeah, Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck is going to happen next? The museum's going to explode. The urn is actually not the urn. It's something different. I can actually catch up with chat now. English is good, but I still understand translation to avoid misunderstandings. Maybe right is into whips. The only thing I'm worried about is that goalkeeper. Oh, okay. October 13th, 3:02 p.m. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Light got arrested again. Well, supposedly, Mr. Light was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose. I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Light was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least that's from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we start looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to the Crane Village for a little while, if that's all right. Because they didn't want to put me in this thing too much. Don't mind us, we're just chatting. That's fine, you can chat among yourself. I'll just sit here and play the game. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the Sacred Urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy she forgot that there's a murder to solve. Sacred Urn given to Pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going into this investigation of murder. So, what do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking about getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight. Okay, we'll make sure to go to the detention center, too. You must be relieved you got the Sacred Urn back, huh? You bet, but there's something a little different about it. Huh? Don't me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says am me, like it always used to. Also, the lower part of the M is missing, but it might be under the paint. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the vase has a pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, the preparer accidentally returned Mystic Ami's name into I am. And that repairer was the one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible the urn was a fake? I'm sure Pearls is find about that once she gets back to Crane Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crane Village in a long time. So, I guess people still go to Crane Village to do their training, right? Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, today I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen. Is that what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in the village that happened because the murder or the power channeling was misused. Wait, what? That murder in her village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused. No, it wasn't used at all. She was knocked out. When a medium uses a Karane's channeling technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse is that, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. Bang. That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a little bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being the Master Karane is going to be a heavy responsibility. I can check this now. Respawn payer about £2 is 64 Turkish lira and 2,200 Turkish liras for being an intern and working less this month. I swear the developers thought no one played AA2. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, sometimes the conversion rates are very wild. Like, I think, what is it? It's not... Is it rubles, I think? It's either rubles or something, some other currency where it's like a pound is like 10k rubles or something like that. Yeah, like I said, if you want to support me, that's great. But if you need to support yourself as well, and it's going to take too much from that, don't do it. I would appreciate it, but if you need it, don't do it, please. I don't want you to struggle surviving. Okay, so it's fine if you can't do it. Just keep yourself alive. I could say that better, but you get my point. Hopefully. How long have we been going for? An hour and 30 minutes? So, I guess, yeah, we got 30 minutes left. I can go a bit longer. Alright. Let's go to the house first, I guess. October 13th, Master Mask's hideout. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya. Mr. Light. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had known Mr. Light was had such a vulnerable side. Why is it playing Photography Lady's song? Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Mr. Nick. Yeah, but you've got to have to admit there's a bit of a temper there to him. It's not that hard to imagine him snapping and screaming, "Please die!" He would never say shut that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say it to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he could even steal a glance. A thief. Ha! The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they could be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Just like you and Maya, eh? Phoenix? Or you and Franziska? Or you and Edgeworth? Or you and Adrian? Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? Lot of heart, that was it. Thank you. You check out the Undertale games sometime. There's many endings in the background story. Yeah, I've seen Undertale. I've seen playthroughs and all that. I know it's got like multiple different endings and everything, all that. I don't know. I might check it out. I am interested in not the spin-off, but the one that's based off it, Deltarune. But I can maybe do that in the future. It has been something I've been thinking about trying out anyway. But we'll see. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean Ace Detectives? No, I'm fine with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean the thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be Ace Detectives. There's nothing I hate more than a cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to the Detective Acme's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try and find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yeah, obviously the real Master Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Detective Acme knew more about Master Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions. That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the Ace Detective isn't in right now. But I forced my way past her and into his hideout. He has a secretary? I didn't know that. I wouldn't exactly call the office of his a hideout. The bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that the bag there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to spin a crime on someone else. Mr. Light, do you know about KB security? Why is it Maya that's speaking to her? Has Phoenix just annoyed her so much that she just doesn't want to talk to Phoenix anymore? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard yet today... Oh, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron the Light was again the employee of KB Security. He was impressing his security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. My motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. Make it to KB Security that fast. Are you sure you aren't literally flying? Dude, it's like 10 minutes faster. It's not that much. If she got there in 5 minutes, I'd be worried. Might I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you tell me just where it is, so we'll go ourselves. What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Light? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl up into a ball in a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yeah, they took my hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Mr. Delight came running in to save you. Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and he screamed in their faces. Wow, what's she wearing? She's wearing like the things that they wear in like some high-class poker tables and stuff. Oh, what are they called? A dealer, that's it. She's dressed up like a dealer. What the hell is this guy wearing on his head? Okay, they're all scared of him. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it! He screamed. I could see the robber's face turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yeah, you may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. It's so romantic. I'll fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll go to the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. Dude, do you not remember what happened last time? I literally tried to get someone guilty for you. With Maya, that's possibility always seems to be looming in the future. Or not so distant future. Ooh. Yeah, Maya gets kidnapped and put into situations way too often that at this point you just have to expect she gets kidnapped. Whoops. Ah, I know what that is. That's one of those keycards for Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. That's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then, he must have dropped it at the crime scene. The way that I'm thinking of it, Sean, is that they might have been doing these games concurrently. And when they did this, when this game was finished, the other game was like, or when they were making this one anyway, this trial, that the other game has gone that far in development or something, and maybe something with that, but that doesn't make sense. So I don't know why. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Weird. Do you know about this? Oh, is that an address from Irani? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business. Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed. Makes sense. Alright, let's go. That's a big safe, jeez. Wait, was he in? Oh, was the body inside the safe? So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like they expect in a CEO's office. What's that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made a real fool out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great, you guys. Well, you did that, pal. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like you, pal? Would agree if that was the case. One of the cases later on, because the case was supposed to be an AA too. I did not know that. It might be Aragorn, depending. Do I really sound like the pal? If the gumshoe fits? Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I didn't know Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Maya, you've known him for 2 years. He's done a lot of nice things. What are you talking about? Now, as this little fluff fest is over, maybe we can start investigating? Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on now. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and I really needed your help. Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. Wow. Maya just guilt-tripping him. The victim's name is Kane Bullard, who was the CEO of a security and pretty big fella in his own right. He also kind of looks like one of those, poodles? The ones that you can shave that make them have all puffy sides. But it has those floppy ears. His corpse was discovered at 9 a.m. this morning. His estimated time of death was around 1 in the morning of October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. It happened exactly the same time the master mask was stealing the urn, huh? Autopsy report added to the court record. Cerebral hemorrhage. Must have hit him pretty hard. So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape of when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billard. Or Billiard. Maybe we should start by getting the man's name right. So, what happened to Master Mask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again! He keeps yelling. No, I don't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Again, right? Oh, you mean the detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Atme was always around when Calling Card Kate showed up. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. Well then, how come you didn't figure it out? It's 2 hours later. It's 22:40, so I'll have to go see her. All right, Aragorn, thanks for stopping by. And there's a reference. One of the doves is hanging out in the park with the max release of an AA2 case 3. Oh, okay. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's just no. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure about this first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emanon case. There was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? He's pretty small, so there's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it. It's not lame. I thought it was interesting. Did I say lame? I didn't mean to say lame. Did I? I didn't mean if it came out. If I said that, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry. Oh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did that the way just because he knew he'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So who is that Java addict mass maniac anyway? Prosecutor though? He's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I've never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere. And you just allowed him to take the case? He might not even be a prosecutor. That's right, he said his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. That Godot guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. He's a robot. That's a big folder. Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy living to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard in the eyes. What did you find out, Nick? This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Master Mask. It's filled with info on him. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods in the crime scenes. Hey, Nick. Look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier Emanon 100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Master Mask stole. So then 100,000 is the net value of the stolen item? I don't know. That number sounds kind of low to me. I think I better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list added to the court record. This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was opened? I don't think so. So, you mean... Yeah, I think this string just shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean the victim, he was killed by crushing the safe of the door? She can't be serious, can she? Ew, think about it. A dead guy was laying in here all night. Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened the safe this night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so? Well, if Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in there, he must have mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. I've got some bad news for you, pal. Okay, shoot. Opening the baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open the safe, pal. Yeah, and? Everyone knows that how to open the safe had airtight alibis, I checked. Everyone except one, that is. I'm almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron Delight. What? Ron Delight? He was security chief? Ron. So you knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining your parade there, pal. It must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I thought it would be. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out for a second. Oh, nice. Feels like I just feel like a CEO. Hey you, whip me up a cup of really some expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life. The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Eee! Wow, look at that huge frame photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against the dark and cloudy sky. There's a title written on the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough or he really had rotten luck with the weather. Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he could have seen some better days. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Maya! Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel. Well, you mean this jumble of mishmash stuff? Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read instructions first? This alarm's connected to the basement guard's room. It used to be summoning security up here. Really? Then it's possible the night of the crime. Ooh, so when the CEO was attacked. Do you think that buzzer he pressed? Will you press the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, so just so you know. I think we better go and talk to the guard about this emergency buzzer. That was the nuke button. Tactical nuke. Let me try opening it. Open sesame. Well, I'm out of this. No fingerprints. This looks like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. Looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's one of shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're all filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. It'd be a good night's reading if you got insomnia. Something for something like a little more exciting, like UFOs or something. In a shelf? I think that's everything. Let me go to you about this right here. Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much of my brain can hold. I've got 2 ears and 2 eyes. I only got 1 brain. I can see your eyes and the ears, but the jury's still out on the brain thing. Oh, come on. Don't do him that bad. Hey, Nick, if you got something to say, just come out and say it. This was his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure it was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try and catch Master Mask. He got away, that guard. I got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately. So about this. Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? He copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold. It's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want you to show me. Alright, well, back to the detention center, I guess. Or the security room, that works too. Whoa, what the hell? What the hell is this? Why is this so huge? I think whatever they did, I think I mentioned it before, but whatever they did to make this fit a bigger screen, they've vastly, like, over expanded some of the stuff, like they've deformed them. Wow, this is really something else. For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure. Keep your security guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? So he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? You still got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Carol's working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I've got no problems with a daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh, yeah. That's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder book case, boy, have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya, but Nick here is a different story. But, Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then and this is now. That's my partner, see. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. No. There's tea spilled over the machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. Still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. That stretch, it's like a thing affected a lot of the games and movies. Especially ports from PS2 to PS3. Something is written on the poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey the superior. Respect thy superior. Smile at thy superior. Salute thy superior. Number 5, buy donuts for the superior on command. It's signed Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor. She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately she's on vacation, that's why I'm so relaxed right now. Thank God. Hey Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Do you know you hung it round top of some kind of lever? Yeah. Yeah, sure, I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, cheap greenhorn? So why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it's got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't that suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what will happen, huh? It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Oh, take a look at all these things here. Hey Larry, what are they? Did you just say, Hey man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. Oh boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitors to use that mic for communicating. Look at all this equipment. It must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere? Instruction manual? What are you going to do in emergency? Well, I guess I'd start calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for their reading glasses. That's what us security professionals call teamwork. Even Meyer and Pearls could run this place better. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Examine everything with even a whiff of old bag in it. Oh my god, I got an achievement for that? Okay. The screens there are going to show on all over the building, everywhere. It's my job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them. I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get a regular on TV on it. And how do you know about that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking, it was professional investigation, alright? Oh wait, first important thing. Hey Larry, there's something I want you to look at. Hey Nick, I told you I'm a pro. You don't interrupt a pro when he's working. I don't have time to sit and chat with you, alright? Oh, is that right? Oh, naturally, I've got time for you though, Maya. We're gonna have to squeeze this guy if we want to get more info out of him, huh? So, what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, my god, a pro, you can't just give away information for free. You want some bribe? I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? You talk to him, Maya. Larry, tell us already, what's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Ron Delight was an employee here. And naturally, since I was a pro, well, I am a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Ron DeLite was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Well, the thing is, you can't just immediately fire someone. You have to give them 2 weeks' notice. I think. Or is it the other way around? One of those. Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. So, what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Monitors? There's security cameras all set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are going to fall out. Oh. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for the company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. Hey, you're putting down other security jobs there, Phoenix. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. Even if it's a part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect something like him to take responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? Uh-oh. Oh no, I knew something like smelled bad and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I say, that was then and this is now, okay? Looks like I'm gonna have to break his Cyclops after all. I have to do it right now? I don't know if I've got the evidence for it. Well, I might as well try. The night of the crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out to work just yesterday to go see Mr. Light? But that was that, and this is this. Is there any chance that you snuck out of the work last night too? Never. I'd never sneak out. I tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. $1? Wow. Now that's confidence. Was that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have any evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? The evidence that Larry was not manning the station when the murder happened is... I don't think I have anything like that. Maybe this? Oh, I was right. This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar. You hand-delivered this to Mr. Light just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning in the first floor of a company building. 1 o'clock in the morning. That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Yeah, but there's something you don't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10. The murder that must have happened and snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Why do I have the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the killer snuck into the security CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. I guess this. No? Phew! Boy, you really had me scared. I've never seen anyone look so relieved in my whole life. Also, that little lamb that can't get sleep look on your face. Guess I'm gonna have to rattle his cage a little bit more. Now you've got shouted out that the CEO stuck at the office after. There we go. Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does, but I can't show the record to just anyone, you know. That key card data was already made public to the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for the info like that is supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yeah, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Ooh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yarr, no! It was so easy to break, it was like breaking a Kit Kat bar. Full health, yeah! Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's all my fault the boss was killed. My fault! Larry. There's nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I had a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to walk you right away to talk. So I went to her and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy sucked me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one that does the punching, isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So, that's why you left the security guard office? Well, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make it up, Nick? What can I do? What? He's curled up on the floor crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick, is there anything I can do? Anything? Just name it. I'll do whatever I have to make it up for it. I swear I will. Larry. Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of information out of him. Nick! Seeing as he's like presently crying his eyes out, I don't know if he can. Ah, it's the wallet I found. You found it when you snuck out of a room to get sucked in the kisser, right? I didn't sneak out of the work to get sucked in the kisser. If only I had been more responsible at work. I might have spotted the murder on the monitor like I was supposed to. Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you? Yeah, well, maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desiree and I closer. Just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. You gotta see that old water glass that's half full, am I right? Now he's starting to sound like the Larry I know. Don't forget, Nick, he's half full. So, was this the card that was used by the culprit that night? Well, going by a security number, yeah. This card was used to open the CEO's office at 1 a.m. in the morning. Your client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer. He's the killer, man. Listen, okay, Nick. I know you don't think much of me as a person, but I'm no thief, and I would never wear a goofy get up like that. Nobody ever accused you of being a thief? It's too much work for me, making plans, writing calling cards, etc., etc. I'd rather just pull a dine and dash at a burger joint. Burgers? I love burgers too. Really? Well, how about it? Want to go on a burger date tonight? At least pay for the food, because I'm not defending you again. I think you know how much I want to help you guys, but I really don't know what to say about that. What is it, Nick? It's just that he seems so, I don't know, pleasant. The buzzer in the CEO's office directly connects to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like I'm the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks, I try. You think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Oh, okay. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. That was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why don't you come to the office? CEO's office. Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to adopt a wait-and-see approach. What? Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did. I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think we could take just one look at it for me? Please. Okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. It turns out it was pressed once yesterday. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. It was ah! What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake. Huh? But how? Can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once, in the morning, at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Was the record added to the court record? 1:02 a.m. on October 12th. Well, that's just great. Great job, Butts. You got a person killed. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all that reflecting, where is the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know? What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info about the buzzer record? Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. This guy reflects about just as much as a piece of black carpeting. Wow. Whoa, who's this? Come on, man. I already told him this. The CEO of the company, he was a pretty good guy. Huh? Really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right? Yeah, I kind of noticed. Well, guess what that boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. I see. I guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security here in the building. So, in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grow up to be a CEO, I want to be like him. And don't worry, Nick, I promise to hire you for security. No, thank you. Here, you might want to see this gumshoe. Is that a gumshoe? About this right here. Okay, never mind then. Guess you don't want to know. Gotta go here, and then I can go to the detention center. I already told you it's not me! Sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was a thief, and now they got a murder case on their hands. I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. I guess we can go to the main exhibition hall. The Treasure of Crane exhibit is all ruined now. Maya, I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This is our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow? Well, now that we got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Master Mask's Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa! Whoa, whoa! That's brilliant, Nick. We could clean it up and be filthy rich. Woo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. You know how to make her happy. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews. What's she still hanging around here for? So, how's it going? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought to the jury to trial today. Wow, really? Oh, you really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Master Mask's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. Hello again, wife. I just heard all about the news on the news. So the detective was actually the thief all along. Looks like that way right about now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Damask as the treasure guard. Don't blame yourself, you're only just doing your job. Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it you hired Detective 8 at me again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that the Damask calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. How can we have Adrian Andrews as a companion? Yeah. I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the Sacred Urn after all. I guess so. Or maybe it was a cover of his murder. What? Master Mask was murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that the way he always operates. That's just the way. That's just what he says, so he can have an alibi to he commits the thefts himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Master Mask pretty well. I'm so glad that you got your Sacred Urn back. Yeah, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Well, why would I? You're a murderer! We're gonna have to find you guilty again. Cyclops? What do you think that means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the Sacred Urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Why are you hiding secrets from us? Right, how much time? Okay, so we might do her thing first. If we can figure it out, that's great, and then we'll stop. But if we can't, we'll just stop. Francisco Moncalma, ace prosecutor, with Adrian Andrews as a companion. Yeah.
Take that!
The Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibition. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as it was before. Well, that's true. Maybe it wasn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted to this trial was genuine? Okay, no, that one. Well, Miss Andrews? See, look, it was fake after all. Huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I suspected. Oops, guess this is much going to help me. So have I convinced you, or do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted? Oh, I like that. That was a fast transition back. I just realised, where's the urn back in this? Okay, I think I need to wait until I get it back from Pearl. Alright. Well, for now, we shall stop there and pick this up next stream. The smile isn't fake, though. Yeah. So, we'll be back with this next week, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Where we will continue our investigation, see what else we can find. And hopefully get people to tell us the truth for a change. Then we've also got to find out who killed what. How there was a double case of like someone stealing something and something being stolen. But yeah. We shall be back next week, Tuesday, with more Baldur's Gate 3, so be sure to tune into that. And, yeah, thanks for joining me today. Good time and congrats so far. Thanks. What was I saying? But yeah, thanks all for watching. As usual, if you haven't already, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do that bell notification so you know when I next stream, get notified about that. And if you want to help support me directly, There's links to Patreon and tips. As you become a patron, you get your name added to this list, such as with Hiroru Kuni, where I thank you for the continued support, and I greatly appreciate it. As I mentioned to Aragorn, please only support me if you can actually do it. Don't, put yourself to an extent where you're putting yourself at, what's the word, monetary risk or something, where you can't pay for, basic necessities. Don't do that. Just do it if you can. Because yeah, I don't get money through anything else, but yeah. But until next time, y'all take care. Have a nice rest of the week. Have a nice weekend. And I'll see you all next week, Tuesday, for Baldur's Gate. So, thanks for joining. Bye, Sean. Bye, everyone. You all take care of yourselves. Until next time. Bye-bye.